Hi. So TinyTap is one of those apps that actually show the creativity of the iPad. And it's a misleading app because at first it seems like it's appropriate just for younger kids. In fact, that's really how it's marketed, so that you can make quizzes by creating little areas that are highlighted, record a narration, and so let's say a first grader could recognize, you would say to a first grader, where's the A? And tap the A, and you would say, right. However, it's actually an app that can be used in many different creative ways. You can use it to make a presentation. You can use it to make an interactive story. You can use it to make a branching story. You can use it to narrate the different steps in solving a math problem, or a digital science lab where students take images of the different stages in the science experiment and then record the narration of each one. So it can be used for many different ways. It's free and it's a lot of fun to use. So I'm going to tap the Create button. The first thing that you can see on the bottom is that there are lots of different drawing tools, so younger students can use it to make a drawing and then narrate their drawing, which is nice. But I'm going to do something else. I'm going to come over here and tap that little camera. You can see, first of all, there are creation packs where there's a lot of clip art for students to use, and so I'm just going to come over here, and here's some shapes. I'm going to put this shape on. You can see I can kind of pinch my fingers together to zoom in and out, and to get rid of it, I'm just going to kind of push it up, and it just kind of swirls away. I'm going to hit the brush again. I'm going to go to the camera, and I'm going to go over here. You can see you can take images that you stored in Dropbox. You can take images from your camera roll. You can use the camera to take images, or you can search for images to use on the web. What's nice about it, too, especially for younger students, is that it's a very safe search, so that you don't have to worry about students finding things that you might not want them to find. I'm going to go to Albums, and I'm just going to go to my photo stream and have a couple of images, and I'm just going to kind of move this around, and you can't see it, but I'm swirling it with two fingers, and I kind of pinch in and pinch out with two fingers to make it bigger and smaller. I'm hitting the brush again. I'm going to hit the camera again. I'm going to tap on Albums. I'm going to go to my photo stream, and I'm going to get this thing, which is they're kind of mini test tubes where you do little experiments. And I'm going to tap again. I'm going to go back to Albums. I'm going to go back to my photo stream, and I'm going to tap, and this thing, which I think is called a pipet, but I've forgotten. So there it is. When you're all done, you do add an activity. Even if you're not ready to do an activity, that's what you do, and you tap Next. That takes you back to this home page. I'm going to tap off for a second, because what I want you to know is that if you're going to be doing multiple boards, you should do them all in advance. So don't add the activity, don't add the narration. First add all the multiple boards, then you can go back and forth adding the narration, and they can all come together as one presentation. So I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to do Add Photo, and I'm going to go back to the camera. I'm going to go back to Albums. I'm going to go back to my photo stream, and here I found this comic strip. So again, I'm using two fingers to rotate it and to kind of make it bigger. And now I have this comic strip about safety in the lab, and I'm just going to do Add Activity and then tap Next. I now have two boards created. Now it's time to create an activity, so I'm going to press tap on it. This thing pops up. Ask a question allows you to put your finger and kind of make a little circle, a little selection around each figure, and then ask a question about it. Cut a shape puzzle would allow you to cut an area out of each piece and then have the students move that into the right place. Create a soundboard allows you to have, basically you would put your same kind of collective circle around each piece, but then you would have a sound, a recording identified with each piece that you've selected. And Say Something simply allows you to make a narration, and that's the one that you can use, for instance, to narrate steps in a math problem, or perhaps use it to create a story, an interactive story. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to do Create a Soundboard. I'm just going to tap on that, and I simply have to highlight a particular area. When I highlight it, you see the plus sign. I'm going to tap the plus sign. I'm going to do Start Recording, and the recording is, this allows me to put different blood cells into here, and I'm going to stop. And I now have that one. I'm going to again highlight this one, press tap, and say, this is a suctioning tool that allows you to draw liquids up into the tube, and I'm going to stop. And now, for now, I'm just going to say I'm done. Although one thing which nice, see up on the top where it says create a soundboard, there's a little cog. If I type that, press that cog, that allows me to record an introduction so that you can provide instructions for students on what they should be doing. And again, you just tap record. I'm not going to do that now. I'm just going to tap the arrow to come back, and I'm just going to say done for now. And so I've now created one slide. I'm going to come over here and do add an activity. On the second one, I'm going to tap that, and I'm going to make this a say something, and I'm going to start a recording and say, here are some great steps for lab safety. And I'm just going to stop, and I'm going to say done. Now what I can do is I can come back to the soundboard. I can tap the little pencil tool, and you notice there's now a feature called jump to page. I can jump to the page. It shows me, because that one, this only works, by the way, with soundboard pages and reading pages. I can tap on reading, and now when I tap on this, it will now take me to that page. So it's a nice way to make a branching story, or if a student gets something wrong, you can send them to a place where they can learn more information, read more information as to why they got it wrong, and I'm going to do done. I'm going to do one more thing, and then I'm going to let you try it yourself. I'm going to do add a photo, and I'm just going to come over here to the camera. I'm going to come over here to albums. I'm just going to come over here to photo stream. I'm going to pick a picture of Emily Dickinson, and I'm just going to make Emily Dickinson nice and big. I'm going to do add activity. I'm going to do next, and then I'm going to show you the question feature. So I'm going to do add activity. I'm going to do ask a question. And the question I'm going to do, come over here, and I'm going to do record a question. And I'll say the question is, where is Emily Dickinson's nose? And I'm going to stop. And then it's going to ask me to draw the area, so that's her nose. And I'm now going to tap the little plus sign. So I have one question. I'm going to do add a question, record question. Where are her eyes? Maybe if I were a foreign language teacher, I would do this in French or Spanish or Chinese. I'm going to stop. It asks me to trace the question, so answer, so I do that, and then I do tap. Notice also that I can edit the questions, and when I come over here on the questions and I tap on it, you see you can also record a correct answer, like, hey, you got it right, or you can record, no, that's not right, and here's the reason why. After you're all done, I'm just going to tap the done button. I now have 3 things. I'm going to name it. There are many other things that you can do, but that's all for now. You can share it. You can share it with through all different kinds of ways. You can upload it to TINYTAP. You can upload it to the marketplace. So that's it for now, and I hope you have a good time with it. Bye.